Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners. Today we're going to tie a stretch rib Caddis Larva. The hook I have in the vise is a Maruto C46. This is a size 16. This is a shrimp caddis pupa hook, turn down eye, curved short shank. The bead that I have on there is a 2.3 millimeter black bead, and the thread I'm going to use clear thread, and here it is. You can get this just about any fabric store or craft store. Here it is, Coats transparent thread, polyester thread, 400 yards, and it gets probably under $5. We're going to start that thread right behind the bead. Go ahead and break that off. Here's the stretch rib. Here's the stretch rib that I'm going to use, Frosty Flies stretch rib. And this is olive. They have several different colors. Here we have orange. That's more of a rust color. Here we have green. Things that I like about this is they're transparent. This is a cream color. And of course we have black. I have a piece of it, I don't know, 6 inches long. Going to take that and I'm going to catch that right behind the bead. When I get that tight on there, I'm going to start to stretch that bead or stretch that cord, and I'm going to pull that back pretty hard as I go back with it. The reason I'm using the transparent, I want to be able to see right through that, and the transparent thread will do that. You can make a different core body on them if you would like. You could use black thread or brown thread or any color that you'd like to have show underneath there. We have that slightly around the bend. I'm going to start to wrap that, and I'm going to pull that pretty hard at the back section. And I'm going to release a little bit of tension when I get up higher so I can make that body get a little bit fatter as I go up. And I'm releasing tension now. And when I get up to the top, that's where the end of that body will be. So now I'm going to pull that a little bit tighter on that last half a turn and get that right behind that bead, because I want it skinny again. Want it a little thinner there when I tie it down. Get a few wraps on there to secure it. Then I'm going to stretch it when I cut it. Now we can go ahead and secure that in there a little better. Now I'm going to use some black rabbit fur for the thorax and the head. They usually have a black or dark brown head. Not going to do a lot of skimping on this, but we do have just a small piece there. And this dubbing that I'm using, this was mixed, my own mixture with the crystal dub. And I try to pull most of them out, but that little bit of crystal in there is good. Take our whip finish. Pull that tight. And we're going to remove that thread. Very simple. I'm going to take a little bit of head cement and put it on the bead and let that roll down inside. Here we have a stretch rib caddis larva. Now I'm going to do one with a darker color thread so you can see what that is going to look like underneath. With this you can also go ahead and take a marker, maybe take some tan marker, color that back up there a little bit, and you can still see that olive shining through there. Get a nice tan back and an olive belly. Now we'll take another one, same size hook, same bead. On this one I'm going to go ahead and use black thread, and this will be 8/0 black thread. We're going to start the same way. Secure the thread behind the eye. Go ahead and break that off. Going to take the stretch cord. I'm going to take some pliers here and I'm going to try to squash that head just a little bit to make it a little bit thinner. So when I secure it, I'll catch a little bit less and it won't be as bulky right at that beginning there. There we go. Now I'm going to, I'm pulling it, push that back up there. Secure that. I'm going to pull it tight and bring that thread back. I'm going to hold my thread up at a 45-degree angle up to the side, but I want this right down the center. Holding that at the 45-degree angle from the hook gives you nice tight wraps. And we'll go around that bend just a little bit, bring our thread back up top. Once again, I'm going to pull that pretty tight for the first couple of wraps. And when you're wrapping, you kind of hold it back a little bit and it will help to just roll off the previous wrap right into place. And I'm going to relax my stretch. One more wrap. And then I'm going to pull that tight and wrap that in. Go ahead and secure that. Get a couple of wraps in front of it. Take my scissors and cut that nice and close. Pull that, pulling that very tight, and then snip it off. Then a few securing wraps right there. Bring our thread right back to that first bead there, or that first ribbing. And you can see how that black is shining through, and you got that color on the side. This one, since I have a black bead on the head, I'm going to take some. Maybe take some beaver fur. It's kind of gray. And we'll use that for the thorax. last bit on there kind of loosely, so I get some scraggly legs. Yep, a little bit too much on the dubbing. Take my whip finish. Remove that. Put a little bit of head cement on there. There we have a black thread Caddis Larva. Yeah, I hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors, leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.